Let's start this section by taking a closer look at classes and objects. First, let me clarify something. The words classes and objects are often used interchangeably, but they're fundamentally different. A class is a blueprint or a template for creating objects. For example, we can have a class called car, and in this class, we can define everything we need to know about a car. So a car has attributes like whether it's started or not, its current speed, its current gear, and so on. In programming, we implement these attributes using fields, which are like variables that we define in a class. So we store data like the current gear of a car in these fields. Now, a car can also have behaviors or methods like start, stop, brake, change gear, and so on. When we call these methods, the state of a car changes. For example, when we call the change gear method, the value of the current gear field changes. So this car class is a template or blueprint for creating new objects. An object is an instance of a class, so based on this template, we can create many instances like car1, car2, and car3. All these car objects will have the same fields and methods, but they are independent of each other. Each car object will be in a separate space in memory, and it can be in a separate state. For example, their current gear and current speed might be different, so the data in each car object can be different. By the way, here I'm using UML to represent these classes and objects. UML is short for Unified Modeling Language, and it's a simple visual language that we use to show classes and their relationships. Now, there's more to UML that we can cover in this course. It's a topic for an entirely different course. But here we're going to use a bit of UML to visualize our classes. Let's look at another example. Think of a lamp. What states and behaviors does a lamp have? A lamp can be in only two possible states, on or off. So we can have one field here called isOn, and the type of this field should be Boolean. It's either true or false. Now, our lamp class should also have two behaviors or two methods like turn on and turn off. When we call these methods, the state of the lamp changes. Now, here's a question for you. What states and behaviors does a TV object have? Pause the video and think about it for a second. Here's the answer. A TV object can have states like the current volume, the current channel, whether it's turned on or off, and behaviors like turn on, turn off, increase volume, decrease volume, and so on. All right, now you might say, but Mosh, we don't have cars and TVs in our applications. Give me an example of a real software object. Well, think of a text box. Text boxes are everywhere, right? We can have a text box class with attributes like the text that is currently inside the box, its limit in terms of the number of characters we're allowed to type, its length in pixels, whether it's in focus or not, whether it's disabled or not, and so on. In this class, we can have methods like setText, clear, enable, disable, focus, and so on. So now you have a good understanding of classes and objects. Next, I'm going to show you how to create a class in Java.